Give me something. I mean, at this point, it's literally whoever queues in first. Oh, I think we just landed on HotBox. HotBox. Into Imprisoned Falco, Disciple of Hell's. Okay, dude. All right. This is going to be a one-sided game. It is. I'm so certain of it. But I'm not going to give anything away yet. And that's me just being a HotBox fanboy, but... we'll wait about like 40 seconds because I don't want to give away what they're running. I try not to break down builds or anything until like it's literally the last second. So they can't actually change their builds or do anything differently because they don't know what each other's running. So like it's my problem for not having a delay. I should have put like a 20-second delay on. I forgot to do it last month as well, but I just do not want to end the stream now that I've got like 300 people in here. I'd really rather not do that. So this is 3:31.
Hell yeah!
I have a piece of paper on my desk where I write down the rating and everything so that I know where to cut the OBS for the VOD. Got like this whole structure as well. Rating, comment, start time, end time. I'm so invested. I appreciate your explanations of some of the mechanics of each class setups, etc. Most casters don't seem to do that. I try to do it, like I try to slip it in there, but it's very hard to do it when everything's going on as well. So you have to find downtime. Okay, so now I'm going to break it down. I've got plenty of time. HotBox McKex is playing what looks to be Spellbreaker Warrior. He's using Featherfoot Grace, which is sort of anti-conditions. But he's going to be a duelist. He's going to be holding that point node by himself. As you see, he's making his way towards the C node. HotBox McPosey is a Power Show Revenant. He is a bruiser. He's going to be like +1-ing. HotBox McMerkle, Core Guardian. Frownfind is Core Guardian as well. Ooh, dude, I want to watch this. Hold up. They're going to pick a target. Somebody's going to go up first. Pick a target. There's Mrs. Just watch. Oh, they missed it. They missed it! No! I thought we were going to see something really exciting there, but we didn't. Oh, that's such a shame. So then the blue team have turned it straight back on them.
Hell yeah!
Actually, New Time Will Come has gone down. Ace is being revived. Firebrand is down. And and they reset. So Ace Plays Well has gone down as well. He's being stomped by Falco. He interrupted it. And Mr. Spider is downstate as well. He's TP'd through the floor using downstate 2. Okay, so now it's a 4v4. New Time Will Come has now come out of base. Mr. Spider's probably going to go down here to a little bit of spike. And Koas is down as well. So now it's a 4v3. HotBox McMerkle's going down. If they don't get the stomp now, this is going to be really, really bad for the red team. And McMerkle is abusing terrain here so that nobody can jump to him. And they just killed the Firebrand yet again. This is what I expected to see. Okay, so now I'm going to continue what I was doing. Ace Plays Well is playing Well a Blood Reaper. So he's running Blood Magic trait line. What this means is that he's probably running Sage as well, right? Oh no, he's running Paladin. Okay. So he's not actually running any additional healing power, but he is using Blood Magic trait line alongside his Well of Blood to get like good revive percentage out, to get good healing out. It plays well with Reaper. It kind of like puts him in this sort of sustainable role for his team so that he can aid rezzing people with that pool. The blue team, Koas is playing what is probably not Blood Magic. Why do you always change, Koas? You mess with my head so much. So every time that I watch Koas, he's always playing Soul Reaping and Curses. And only just recently has he started playing with Blood Magic. So Blood Magic is somewhat meta for Scourges at the moment, playing with Sage Amulet. And that basically means that he's getting the additional healing power. He can teleport people to him, like downstate bodies, and he can res them. I would recommend that people run Well of Blood when they run this trait line, especially with the Sage Amulet, because you can, again, help res your teammates. He was waiting there to try and pull up the Firebrand. It didn't work. He didn't manage to get the res off. So Falco is playing what looks to be Rampage Spellbreaker. Again, looking for the nodes. He's looking to encourage a 1v1. Posey's probably going to use Death Strike and Phase Traversal. Never mind, she doesn't want to take the fight. And now Falco is abusing terrain so that Posey cannot jump onto him and nobody else can. So because the red team are running what looks to be like a very, very high spike comp, they have high mobility off the back of the likes of Judge's Intervention, Sword 2, the Symbol of Blades. They can just teleport to the players they want to kill. If Falco jumps down here, Merkel's going to jump on him. And Tolfdir is now pressuring him. They are playing with their food here. And there goes Merkel's spike. So that's exactly what I said would happen. Falco is just abusing terrain here, keeping two of them busy. Falco is actually doing a good job as a Spellbreaker to have two people invested to a single node. He's going to follow up with the TP now. Sword 2, there it is. And Falco used Great Sword 5 to immediately disengage. Okay, so Mr. Spider is playing Condi Thief. New Time Will Come is a Firebrand support. And Disciple of Helseth is playing Chronomancer. So he is a duelist alongside Falco. So Falco and Disciple of Helseth are going to be playing side nodes or looking for those 1v1s. New Time Will Come is looking to support Coez. And Mr. Spider is the roaming damage dealer. Normally I would run through them all like at once. But because we have so much exciting spike on the back of the red team, I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So I'm investing like as I move around and I'm losing my train of thought, which is probably bad, but blue team are doing like a good job at actually punishing the low health bars of the red team. They're pushing them into their invulnerabilities very, very early. For example, you see Infused Light is now ready to go on Posey. If anybody engages on Posey right now, he will heal up. He has two people following him. That's the Necromancer and the Firebrand. Anywhere that he goes. So Posey actually put himself in like quite a lot of danger right now. Simply because he doesn't have a method of healing himself and he's going to die. So he didn't use Infused Light before transitioning over to Shiro. And he had no healing. So he's just been punished for changing out of a stance before he should have. He should have waited for them to engage on him, used Infused Light, and then changed. Merkel is now having a 1v1 with Falco. I would expect somebody else to come in and assist him with this. He used Hammer 4, knocked him off the point. And now he's punishing Falco to the point where he knows he has to leave the node. Sword 2 is on cooldown. No judge's intervention to catch up with his opponent. So red team are currently holding the side node. Blue team are holding the mid node. They're not that far away from bringing this back. Like, if the blue team, like, rotate properly and win a couple of, like, 1v1s or 1vx's, they will actually be able to punish the red team out. I think that Merkel needs to sort of, like, start rotating more with Tolfdir. I don't like that Tolfdir and Merkel are both on different sides of the map. The way that they play the spike team well is just by running the core Guardians together alongside Posey. It's not a separated comp. Like, you can't start putting core Guardians on separate nodes, especially when you have the likes of, you know, a Spellbreaker. The Spellbreaker should be the side node holder, and then you should at least have the core Guardian and the Revenant running together, or two core Guardians. That's where the strength is in this comp. That said, they are up by 50 points. Chronomancer on the blue team has just recapped the red node. It's going to be contested by the Spellbreaker from the red. So that's going to go straight back neutral within 5 seconds, and nobody is responding to it. So that means that, especially with Coes down, it does mean that the red team will be at an equal numbers game. Kex is not moving from the C point, so he's opting for the full cap. We see that the blue team are actually getting this Skyhammer completely uncontested. Ace looks to be trying to go in, I think. He's not going to make it, I don't think. One tick. Get in the Reaper, dude. Oh my god. Ace literally just got straight back into that so quickly. I don't know how long he can sustain that into Helseth either. And now the Rampage from the Spellbreaker. So dude. And there's the heal from Well of Blood. So he's resustaining. He's back into Reaper stance. So he has an additional health bar. And they're punishing Helseth right now. Well, it's not Helseth, but Disciple of Helseth. Oh my god. So they actually capped 2 nodes. And then came back in to prevent the Chronomancer from getting the Skyhammer. What happens when you get the Skyhammer is that all of the nodes go neutral. It's actually really, really good play. I honestly thought that Ace was going to die for that. And the fact that he hasn't, and they're still punishing the Chronomancer is really, really good. Ace going down, he's going to be resustained by Posey and Kex. Kex is going to punish Cone so that he can't do much damage. And Posey's going to try and get the res. Helseth is going to get the res here. The Stomp, rather. There's no way that he can be interrupted if he's using Elusive. All of the enemy nodes go... Yeah, sorry. I probably, like, misspoke because I'm, like, excited. Yeah, all of the enemy nodes go neutral. Not every single node goes neutral. It's, whether the... like, depending on which team picks it up. Say, for example, the red team picked up the Skyhammer right now. That blue node would go neutral. Okay? And it would just cease to belong to the blue team. It would go white. If all nodes are neutral, it's really irrelevant who gets the Skyhammer. So it's one thing to note that if you see white points, white neutrals, every single node, then just do not go for the Skyhammer. There's no point. Just contest all of the nodes and just make sure that nobody caps. So right now, you'll see that Falco is doing a pretty interesting job. He's keeping the A node in the favor of his team, and then he went and decapped B node. So by decapping B node, that meant that the red team are not getting any points. And the blue team have resustained this as well. So they're going to get Skyhammer, they're going to hold A, and anything that the red team actually gets now is going to be negated by the blue team's output from the Skyhammer. Real Hellseth would carry this match. I don't know if he would play with this team.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
So this is interesting. They still have a Revenant into the Warrior. That, like, it's nobody's playing around Skyhammer, really. They're only investing, like, 2 people. I don't think Posey can, like, withstand this 1v1 for very long. His Infused Light is not up for 7 seconds. And he needs it. Desperately. He's been relieved by Tolfdir. Just slightly. And now with Infused Light being up, there we go. He put it up and then he quickly changed to Assassin stance and then he was ready to use Enchanting Dagger. So he got, like, he got his safety net up and then he quickly changed out to his damage spec. Blue team are actually capping more points at this point. Like, so, okay, no, never mind. The red team Spellbreaker is actually getting the decap there. They did have 2 nodes. And it's important to note that the blue team are ticking back. They are catching up, and it's only because that they are investing a lot into the Skyhammer, and I think that the fact that they've invested quite a bit from the red team into the Skyhammer is basically resulting in the blue team being able to get, like, control of nodes and control of, like, +1s. So the matchup there from, say, the Firebrand and the Necromancer, the Scourge, that combo is actually very, very punishing into a Reaper and a Core Guardian. However, if they had, like, 2 Core Guardians who just jumped straight onto the Firebrand, maybe that would have a completely different result. You see 3 blue members into 2 red. Posey's gone down. Blue team are going to get the Skyhammer. They're going to get the decap on the blue close. Tolfdir would be smart to walk off this. Sorry, HotBox. HotBox. He walked off it preemptively. Now he's going to he's going to evade as it comes down. He wasted both evades there. Rip. So he walked back onto it. You can evade the Skyhammer damage. You don't always have to, like, stand away from it. But it does really, really hurt if you don't. He's gone straight into Rampage as the lead spec. He was trying to punish the Chrono straight off. Ace is there for the +1. Ace is going to pressure so that they can get the cap on the mid. And then probably as soon as they've capped this point, Ace will leave. Ace has done his job by pressuring the Chrono away. And the Chrono is rotating back towards, like, the C point for a bit of sustain. He knows he needs help from his teammates. HotBox Merkel, which is a Core Guardian, he is currently being, like, contested by the Scourge, the Firebrand, and the Chronomancer. I'm not sure that he would get out of this. He's looking for a TP over the wall. He's probably going to go, like, into Hellseth or something. He actually failed it. He used Judge's Intervention, and it did not carry him through the wall. All he wanted to do there, I could already tell what he was trying to do. He had the camera angle. He wanted to go through and make sure that, like, nobody else was going to be punishing him so that he could resustain in a 1v1 instead of being, like, chased by the Firebrand and the Scourge. So Judge's Intervention did go on cooldown. It didn't carry him through the wall. Either that or he lost his target. The blue team need to get the decap on the midpoint to have a win condition here. They need to punish the Spellbreaker.
Charging the laser.
Somebody needs to come and +1 this. Koa's coming in is going to make a big change here. Shade goes on.
Blue team grabbed the capture point.
And there's the elite. So he's cast Ghastly Breach. HotBox Merkel would be silly to stay here. Look at all those conditions. Oh my god. So basically what needs to happen here is that the blue team need to get this decap to win this game. If they don't get the decap, then they're going to be severely punished. Skyhammer will be in play soon as well, so we'll see if anybody will actually come up. There we go. So Skyhammer's up. Blue team are going straight for it. They want to decap this B node. And we have Ace that's coming in to contest into Falco. This is a really important 1v1. If Falco wins this or can actually get the Skyhammer, then this is going to win. This could be like a win condition for the blue team. They're not that far off. Oh my god, this fully comes down to Ace. If Ace misplays this... Wait, how is Falco being CC'd when he's in Rampage? I thought, like, it was literally impossible. Ace is going to win this 1v1. Oh my god, and actually they get the decap and... Oh my god, dude, this could go back for the blue team. We could see HotBox actually exit in the first game. Sorry, well, the third round, but the first game we're watching. HotBox Kex was trying to get the cap on A node. It's being contested now by the Chronomancer that's on the blue team, so this is a 1v1 equal match. No one's really going to win this matchup if they're both good players. I mean, it's just going to go back and forth. Point will remain neutral. Blue team picked up the mid node and then rotated pretty much everybody off to get a side node. I don't think that them investing into the Skyhammer is really important here. I really don't.
You see that? Red team got a capture point.
All they need to do is try and prevent it, but TP'd away from the stomp. This is really close. And okay, the red team capped C. They're holding it. Koas couldn't do anything. HotBox make it through safely. That was so close to being a comeback for the blue team. Oh, dude. If the blue team had actually fully won the Skyhammer and were able to rotate off, that would have changed completely. That's kind of scary to see that they were actually so hard beaten. I think they need to really get their heads around, like, how to rotate. I mean, they know what they're doing, but they really need to, like, try to use that momentum to keep, like, 3 people together. Like, if they're running 3 spikers, they can't separate them. Not as much. Like, they have to rely on the Spellbreaker and the Reaper to actually do the majority of the roaming. And then, I mean, like, from point to point. And then the Revenant and the Double Core Guards, I think, should stay together and try and do as much like spike damage as possible until, like, they can create a 4v1, 4v2 as long as they, like, quickly dip away. I think they have the potential to do it off the back of their teleportation abilities. So that was a really, really good game. Really, really close. I actually thought that HotBox were going to die for that. That was really, 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 really close. Good game. Oh, here we go. Oh, dude, I want to watch this one. Okay, perfect. Hold up. Let me get this. Let me get the time, and then we'll start. 3:47. Okay, perfect. So this is Angel's team. This is Angel's Teapot. Roy. Oh boy. Okay, so Nico is free casting, is playing what looks to be, I'm going to say he is Condition Mirage. He's a pretty effective duelist. Roy Go is playing Firebrand support. He's going to be supporting Mighty Teapot, aka the Scourge Necromancer. He is a team fighter. He needs to be sustained by Roy. It's not really a matchup that, like, he doesn't really ever want 1v1s without the sustain of Roy nearby. He can probably win into Arangor, seeing as Arangor's, like, wasted quite a few cooldowns already. And there we go. So he's punished by conditions regardless. Teapot knew that he could win that. Veridin coming in, though. And there's Avancine. So we see what happens as soon as he's left alone. If Roy can stay... There's Roy to re-sustain him. Roy coming out with a big play there to actually TP into him and just help him out. Arangor is still down. Veridin getting the stomp, using Elusive Mind. Ah, they turn it straight back. Oh, it's so painful. Okay, Anguish is playing Sword Dagger Thief. He's playing Marauder, which is a power variant. Dodge Roll Pogchamp is Conversion. He's playing the Conversion Protection variant. So he's looking to be 1vx. He's not looking to roam. That's Angels currently struggling to get onto the jump pad there. Oh, mega lol. So we've covered what the red team are running. We know what they're doing. Blue team, they have Unknown Thief, which is... Okay, he's running what looks to be SD Condi. I want to confirm what weapons he's using.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Okay, yeah, he is SD. I didn't know, like, sometimes people play, like, bloody Dagger and they run, like, a similar output. Cream Cheese is Power Shearer Revenant, so they have 2 roamers already. That's the SD Condi Thief and the Power Revenant. Veridin is... He always plays Conditions, but he's playing something different now. What's he playing? So he's using Wizard Amulet. He's more of a hybrid Mesmer output. He does, like, good condition damage, but he also has, like, some effective spike damage that he can make use of. Arangor is playing Chronomancer Mesmer, so he's a duelist. He's looking for the single points, single nodes. And Avancine is known for playing Fresh Air Ellie. It's pretty much, like, his main source of, like, of play. So he's looking to do really, really effective spike damage. We might see him get something here. He's looking for, like, Mighty Teapot. Teapot, like, by himself is pretty much the best thing he can go for. Because Teapot won't really have anything to answer to him for. He might be able to do this as well. If he's quick enough. There's the knockdown, and there's the spike damage. So, Avancine almost got the one-shot there. He's still chasing, which probably isn't a smart idea. I don't know how well Avancine deals into conditions. So... Anguish coming in, got the decap. Avancine is now forced to get the recap. Nobody's playing the Skyhammer, even though it's up. Char Big Boy going down in mid. Almost 568 health. He does have his F3 available. He can actually put a barrier up. Why didn't you barrier yourself there, Teapot? What are you doing? Anybody could come up here and get the stomp. And there's Roy getting the res. Roy and Angels both rezzing the big boy there. Avancine is now punishing Roigo. I don't think that's the correct target. Like, you don't really want to be punishing a Firebrand like that. He will out-sustain your burst. Like, Avancine, that's the wrong target. Avancine should move. Blue team got the Skyhammer, so they were able to maintain their the far node on C, but they've also like managed to get the decap on mid and close.
Did you see that?
Red team, I think what the red team probably did was back off it so that they could continue to hold the node. Like, basically, if you tick the node a little bit and then the Skyhammer goes off, you can still continue to recap it afterwards. Just don't fully cap it and it won't be neutralized. There's the SD Thief into, and the Mesmer, sorry, into the Revenant. Revenant lost the 1v2. I mean, it was a +1 anyway from Anguish. Arangor's waiting a second before he jumps down. He wanted to make sure that the SD Thief had left. And there's the free ownership of the node. He gets the free decap. Nico moved off to try and get the +1 into Avancine. And as a result, Arangor just got the free decap. If you didn't witness that, it was literally 3 seconds of decap. Arangor was just hanging around up there and dropped down. So that's like, he made a smart play by just waiting for the Thief to walk off. Okay, so Nico is still contesting this guy. He's actually contesting as a condition Mesmer. So you can see here that he is playing a bruiser role. He's not a full duelist, because if he gets +1, he's probably going to like absolutely bend over. Which we might see from like the likes of Unknown Thief or Cream Cheese. I'm kind of waiting for a +1, but it's not happening. He's being forced to disengage. He's being chased by Arangor as well, because Arangor knows that he has nothing left. Arangor's returning to the node to make sure that it's not picked up by the red team SD Thief.
Cores installed. Charging the
The thing is, right, so Condi SD Thief rather, actually wins into this relatively well. Because he can avoid a lot of the output from the Condi Mez just by using Flanking Strike. So there, he's got the Distortion. There's the Shield 4. He should Flanking Strike into Larcenous there. So Larcenous just dropped off cooldown. He tried to land that Larcenous and he couldn't. And there's the Gravity Well. So, actually, he's not Connie Mirage. He's the Chrono. They switch places. Wait, no, Nico is the Condition Mesmer. I'm getting confused. Arangor is the Chronomancer Mesmer. So, you see the Conditions and you see the Power Mesmer, Power Thief, rather, into the Chronomancer there. So, playing a Power Thief using Sword Dagger is actually very, very, very effective into the likes of the Chronomancer. Simply because, like I said, they can use Flanking Strike, Larcenous into the blocks. They can force a lot of their cooldowns out, and they can obviously use Steel with Consume Plasma to get a lot of burst damage as well. So, again, I mean, it's effective into Mesmers regardless. Veridin there being heavily punished by the output there from Angels. He came in, +1'd him. Veridin's going down, and Angels will be left to pick up the Skyhammer there. Another 3 seconds, and they'll have that. There we go. So that means that the red team close is going to be decapped. Anguish is going to be there to immediately start capping it. And it looks to me like Unknown Thief actually came in and is he was wasting his time on the Skyhammer. He was too late. He tried to come in and prevent Angels from picking it up. He could not. We see a 1v1 happening, which is Mesmer into Mesmer. Arangor Chrono into Nico, which is the Condition Mez. And there's the +1 from the SD Condi Thief, which is Unknown Thief. So the reason that Angels is actually running the conversion Holosmith build is simply because he needed to have purity of purpose. He needed to have condition removal, and that's simply because they have a condition thief. He pretty much predicted that, you know, Veridin is known for running conditions, but he's not in this instance. So he's lucky that the thief is running SD Condi. That's pretty much the only reason why he's running the Invention Straight Line and running Purity of Purpose. He is looking to out-sustain condition damage. This is the build that I hate playing. I love playing SD Prot. It's a completely different type of play, but it also means that he's susceptible to power damage. And he wanted to jump there onto the pad. He's been downstated by Cream. Cream Cheese actually went down there, if you didn't notice, and then he immediately rallied as soon as Angels went down. Red team still ahead in terms of rotations. It is literally rotations that's winning this for the red team. You've got Angels, which is doing a very, very good job at actually rotating. It's not in his job description. His job description on this role is not to rotate. He should be pretty much looking for those 1vx, ownership of the node, contesting those that he knows he can win into.
Charging the lead.
Again, we see Mesmer into Mesmer. Veridin into Nico this time. So Nico, again, playing the condition output. Veridin playing the wizard output. So he's the hybrid. He's the hybrid Mesmer. It's really hard to follow like the double outputs like across 4 different Mesmers. And Nico is taking so much damage there. He's obviously taking passive damage from conditions as well as the flat damage, the flat power damage. Veridin showcasing that he is a very good Mesmer, and he's being +1 by Avancine. Avancine comes in to secure the downstate on Nico. There's the rally immediately on Veridin, so he did go down, but he's able to resustain. Anguish comes up from beneath the platform, straight into Sword 2, and lands a steal on Veridin, and then I believe Veridin just cleared it immediately using like the likes of Jaunt. Is he using Jaunt? Yeah, so Jaunt can remove conditions, etc., etc. So he just completely removed... Actually, no, Anguish is not playing conditions, dude. There's so many different types of build in this game. It's so hard to follow. Anguish was running power with Flanking Strike last in this. So he probably could have poked down Veridin if Veridin hadn't healed already with False Oasis. Blue team, once again, trying to get the decap there. They get the Skyhammer, so this is kind of important for the blue team. Holy cow, Ben, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. So right now, the red team could actually make use of their this Anguish Ione. He could be rotating towards the blue close and getting the decap. It's 2 ticks away. In fact, that might only be 1 tick. It's like 1... It's like, it looks like it's been decapped and then recapped for a single point. So yeah, like that would be a full decap with a single. There we go. So Anguish is actually making the rotation, and there's the 1 second. So he got the decap and he was immediately contested by the SD Condi Thief on the blue team. So this isn't really a matchup that Anguish wants to take because the Condi SD Thief can kill him very, very easily. All it takes is like a bunch of poison output. And he's using poison actually against the Condi SD Thief. Condi SD Thief is forced to disengage. All it takes is 1 SD. Oh my god, and there's the shortbow 3. And there's the last one. Dude, he actually won the matchup. That's really, really good. That's really good for Anguish. So they could opt to leave Unknown Thief here if they wanted to. Unknown Thief used the TP away, so he knows he can't TP away from him, and his stealth downstate would not have been up yet. So now Anguish is rotating straight into the middle. He did his job getting the decap. Nico picked up the point, which again is really important for the red team. The red team now have ownership of a node, and that means that they will be ticking at the same rate as the blue team, regardless of the Skyhammer. He used Torch 4 to go into stealth, and now I don't actually know who wins this matchup. Because Nico does conditions, and so does Unknown Thief, but Nico has condition removal on Jaunt. I think that he actually missed his engagement as well. Steelon's on cooldown, and Nico did not have like 10 stacks of poison on him. So Nico won it just by using a Elusive Mind. Nobody's able to contest. Red team look to be winning the far node as well. There's Angels into Arangor. Arangor goes down. Unknown Thief coming in to try and get the +1, but with Char Big Boy here as well for support, there's absolutely no way that the blue team turn this. They're abusing terrain. They have a single node. Nobody's decapping. Avancine can't do anything either. Anguish might go down here, though. He's got the Fresh Air Rally and he has the SD Condi.
Red team got a capture point.
So he's opting to go for cream cheese instead of going into the likes of Avancine. Avancine is pushing into the Skyhammer. Nico's already there, dude. So Nico's there to prevent anybody from coming in and getting the decap. Even if Nico dies here, even if he stood still and used Elusive Mind and just like fucking just went back and forth over the node, there would be no way they would get this. And they get the Skyhammer to finish. GG from the red team. I wonder who's actually going to take this. We might see them into rank 55, depending. That's cool, man. Cool game. Alright, 4 o'clock. Well, not 4. I'll be nice. If they don't want me to spectate it, then I won't, because it goes against them. And if they have like a team that they don't want anybody to know about, then I won't do it. I'm just going to be nice. I'm being nice. It's fine. Nice guys finished last. Dude, I'm engaged. Doesn't matter. I took that in completely the wrong context, but you know. I do have every right to, but I choose not to. There's no point. There's a game here that I can watch and I can make the most of, so that's fine. Don't worry. We're good. The streamers have done a lot for the PvP section of the game over the last couple of months. Indeed. Indeed we have. Alright guys, so let's break this down. We have 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure that they're not going to change anything now. We see that Nico has actually changed build. So the red team are still running exactly the same build that they were running before. They have a Power Shearer Revenant. They have 2 Core Guardians, which is Tolfdir and Merkle. They have a Reaper, which is Ace. And then they have HotBox, which is the Spellbreaker. That's basically duelist. Somewhat duelist. I mean, the Reaper does have like good sustainability in a 1v1. And then obviously they have 3 spikes. So they have like 2 damage carries on the back of the Core Guardians. And I guess like Revenant kind of counts as a bruiser because it does have good sustainability. But it also does have really high damage. But once Infused Light is on cooldown, they kind of run out of their output. So I'm going to watch the Core Guardians to start off with because I want to see if they manage to get a good spike out. You'll see that the blue team is actually abusing no port. Roy just goes down a third of his health straight away. Oh my god. And that was the output from a single Core Guardian. So the blue team really need to fully invest right now into like resustaining, and they need to like pick a target and isolate them. There we go. So they got Merkel down. That completely removes a ton of spike damage. Roy has gone down. Oh my god, Phantasma Nico. Oh my god. Okay, so this is like pretty destructive. This is so unlike playing this game. Tolfdir goes down to some like focus fire from the blue team. All that the blue team have actually lost is their firebrand. Merkel is on his way back out of the spawn, and Tolfdir will be out momentarily. Roy is also out, and I think he will actually be regrouping with Phantasma Nico to be into Ace. So, okay, after we've seen that, we'll break down what the blue team are running. They have the Scourge Necro, which is Teapot, who is immediately being struck onto by Merkel. Angels cannot really sustain this. So they've actually got the Thief that's come back in to relieve some pressure to try and peel, but Merkel can turn straight back onto him right now. Watch Teapot. Everything's on cooldown for the... They got the spike from Tolfdir. Tolfdir came in, got the spike, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Merkel might go down, and if Merkel goes down to the stomp from Angels, then that means there's a reset. Char Big Boy gets up again, and he's down again. So he got rallied, he's straight back down again. This is the thing, this is what happens when you play like very, very bursty compositions. If you can punish their bursty health bars, then you can keep rallying yourself. But if they have enough burst to actually just completely eliminate you from the map, then it's very, very hard to come back from. Okay, so... Back to the blue team. Blue team have a Chronomancer on the back of Nico. Nico is looking to contest into the Reaper. He actually wins the 1v1 very easily. Reaper does not have the sustainability to deal with a Chronomancer. Roygo is the Firebrand support. Again, he's going to be supporting the Scourge output from Mighty Teapot. Anguish is the +1 roaming damage dealer. Effectively a playmaker. He is the he's just a power variant of like the current meta build of Thief. He's not running conditions. And dodge roll pog jump again. Okay, so Angels is actually very comfortably on his SD protection variant of this build. He knows that they're all power output, so he's using this build because he knows that it counters them. He's not running conversion this time. This is a build that he's very much so comfortable in and prefers playing. So he's able to roam. He's the jack of all trades. He does like pretty consistent good damage. How did Ape actually... not Ape, Ace, rather. How did Ace avoid that damage from the Prime Light Beam? Maybe Angels was blinded. I did not see that, but he did not do any damage. Obviously, it's unblockable. I didn't see Ace dodge roll or anything. Posey just used Infused Light. Infused Light about to go off cooldown. That means that Posey is now very susceptible to damage. If Nico can jump on him, he will not be able to sustain this. He will try and use Enchanted Daggers. He has to do some damage. He'll use Enchanted Daggers and then maybe Sword 3. If he switches, and no. So Merkel might try and get the res here, but if they have any sustainability, there's the stun. Merkel goes down as well for investing into the stomp. So the blue team are actually punishing them very, very hard here. They're using CC, obviously, to prevent the reses. Merkel is still down. Kex is coming in to try and get a little bit of a... And that's over. So the red team have picked up the sword. They picked up the sword buff. I don't know who has it, though. Who's actually carrying it? I can't tell. Either way, they have Soul Reaper. So they have the sword buff from Eternal Colosseum. Actually, it is Anguish who picked it up. I should have known that it would be the Thief. So when they have Auto Stomp now, they don't have to really worry about any spike damage coming out to prevent any stomps. They just get the Auto Stomp. So for the next minute or so, anything that the red team does is going to be heavily punished by a potential Auto Stomp. And you have to bear in mind, especially after the last duel, the blue team are like at a benefit because all of the passives, all of the passive like cooldowns and you know, like the invulnerabilities and everything are down. So, look, if Tolfdir was jumped on right now, he would not have his renewed focus, and he would not be invulnerable for 3 seconds.
Red team wins a capture point.
Angels going straight onto Tolfdir. There's Hammer 5. Nico using the shield block to walk through the Hammer 5. And Tolfdir is going to get punished here. He does actually have renewed focus up. So now he actually has some form of sustainability. His F1 to F3 abilities are all off cooldown. And he's able to try and sustain himself. And there's the heal. So you see how reliant they are on that ability? As soon as they don't have it, they're very, very easily punished. Merkel going in for the decap. He gets the immobilize on the line there on Char Big Boy and Roy. Did not get the decap though. So he does not want to be here by himself. He cannot sustain this. Char Big Boy, they can kill him. There's the CC from Roy. There's the pullback in. And now he's forced to eat this. Oh, and there's the spike output from Angels. So Angels comes in, gets the quick turnaround. I'm not feeling this on the HotBox, man. I think that the meta build on the blue team is actually really punishing for them. They're playing it really, really well. Red team are about to pick up 2 nodes.
Red team wins a
So if they could hold these, then they could actually make some form of a comeback. Like, the game isn't over. There's no way that the game is over yet. There's no point for the red team to, like, bend over and say, no. We're not, like, playing anymore. They have 2 nodes. They have 9 minutes left on the clock. The midpoint is neutral. And they are actually at a numbers advantage right now. Kex, until Kex went down. So now Kex is about to die to Angels, and as Posey can get the interrupt. He tried to staff 5 it, I think. This comes down to a skill matchup. And Angels absolutely annihilated Posey. Angels could rifle for him here, if he wanted to. And knock him off the point, and then get the decap. I do wonder why Angels didn't just use rifle 4 and knock him off. He really had the option to. So, okay. I mean, red team are not really going to be able to pull anything back now because the blue team are going to hold their close node. They're probably capping mid as well because Teapot is just seeing, he's sitting there like, you know, he's completely isolated, but nobody's really investing into him. Ace is pushing into the blue close. Nobody is answering to... Actually, no. Nico is answering into Ace. So, okay. Now we're going to see why the Reaper's going to be very, very squishy here. So, he only has his Reaper health bar. And once that is gone, he does not have much health. So, we see that he's only got 6k. He's completely punished now. CC'd, locked down, see you later. So, when a Reaper goes into their Reaper health bar and they come back out, you know for a fact you can punish them. Okay? Make note of that. They're very, very easy to shut down once they come out of the Reaper. Because they have to build up that health bar again before they can go back in. And they're also on a global cooldown to go back in. There's no point in Ace trying to sustain himself here. Merkel is not going to be able to help him. Merkel's going to be heavily punished here by Angels. Angels ran into the Hammer 5. Merkel is abusing Angels just by using the teleports of the Sword 2 and Judge's intervention. It's really smart. It's smart play, it's smart kite play, and it's wasting Angels' time. They did, however, get it in the end. Kex is going to go down as well. He doesn't have anything left. So that's Merkel, Tolfdir, and... Okay, never mind. They're abandoning Kex. So they're leaving him in a chrono... so this is duelist matchup. This is going to remain as a neutral point, and they're opting to go back into the mid to relieve any pressure that's coming from Ace. Although I would argue that Roy and Char Big Boy or Teapot can actually deal with the Reaper. Reaper may get picked off. We can see that Anguish is investing into Posey. We might see a 1v1 here. Oh my god. There's Infused Light. Anguish should stop attacking, which he has. And there's the steal back in. So now that they've been +1 by Merkel, he's forced to disengage. Merkel would kill Anguish in a second. So he knows he can't take that 1v2. Blue team pick up 2 nodes once again. There's still only 120 points in this.
Did you see that? Red team got a capture point.
Okay, they're investing into Tolfdir again. That's a Sword Dagger Thief, and that is the Chronomancer on Nico. So they have good CC. Tolfdir has no elite spec. They can punish him here. They need to make use. They need to punish him before he gets his elite. They have like 6 seconds. 3 seconds. Oh, there it is with the 1k. So he's going to heal as soon as he comes out. It's pretty much instant. And then he's going to get his regen off of his F2. And then he's punished by Anguish anyway. So Anguish went and picked up the sword again. There's the auto stomp. They don't have to worry about being punished on the stomp. Anguish is going to go into Posey. Posey might have Infused Light. There it is. Infused Light has just been used. And now they would be smart to re-engage into Posey. Red team still holding the red node, the red close. It's Guardian into Teapot at the moment. Teapot actually winning this as well. Merkel losing the 1v1. I mean, cool Guardian kind of like really shits on Necro. I suppose it's because he doesn't have Kid up. He can't actually invest. There's some spike damage you just witnessed. And there's the follow-up from Tolfdir. So Tolfdir comes in, finishes off the spike. You see, that's when it's good. When you actually put two spikes together like that, you see like a really, really good output. Roy might be able to get Signet. Never mind, he's not running Signet. Damn it, dude. I can imagine Roy just walking in there with his hand up, channeling it, like getting ready to just pick up Mighty Teapot, but no. I think the red team are going to struggle to get the decaps now because they have to contest into a Chronomancer. Chronomancer's going to take a couple of people to punish off, and the red team are currently in a 3v5. There's absolutely no way now. That's HotBox out of the monthly. GG to the blue team. They rotated very, very well. I think that's unfortunate, but you know, the red team, they do still pick up, I think, around like 50 gold for their time, maybe even 75. They do get, you know, something for their investment. So unfortunate, guys, but congratulations to the blue team. Maybe we will see these guys go quite high up. And that puts them, I would say that's actually like a 1750 because like I mean, in terms of like rating, because I know Angels is like legendary. Teapot actually got like quite high into Platinum 3. I know the HotBox guys, and Tolfdir, they hang around. Oh, and Ace, like they all hang around like Plat 3. So you know, we're looking at like a middle of Plat 3 to legendary output. Okay, so this is literally like legendary teams. The rating is 1800 plus, and it is R55. Versus, do they even have a team name? Versus, what do I even say? Is it like do I actually sell it as the French Mafia? Like, what do I do? Cold Foamers. I mean, they don't have a name. I mean, they're not running 5 Mesmers. I'll literally just put it as like, I don't think there'll be any DDoSing or anything. I think they know that they're on camera right now, so they'd be stupid to make a decision like that. Again, I'm not going to break anything down for another like 10 seconds or so until I know for a fact that we're on the safe side of the delay, so to speak. Le Cube. Okay. Alright, whatever. Alright, so Raisin is playing what looks to be Great Sword, Rampage, Featherfoot Grace, Spellbreaker. He's been running Hammer offset, like off weapon for a while now. Like it's not like typical. Like normally you'd see like a dagger shield. He's opting to just run Juggernaut. It's pretty interesting. He's more of like a roaming damage dealer than anything else. Lefrere is playing Chronomancer Mesmer, which is the standard output. Drazer looks to be playing pretty much exactly the same thing. And Cahill is also playing exactly the same thing. So 3 Chronomancers. Sapphire is a Firebrand support, so he's looking to be rezzing people. So again, we have the Raisin as the roaming DPS. We have Sapphire as the roaming support, or he'll at least be like, you know, contesting nodes. And then you have 3 Chronomancers for just no dueling. The rank 55 team are running Big Zan playing Static Discharge variant of Holosmith. Frostball is playing Chronomancer. PvP Messiah, aka Syndrina, is playing Sword Dagger Thief, power variant. Second best Mesmer is playing Chronomancer as well. And Cookie is the Firebrand support. At the moment, we see that the blue team are crawling ahead slightly. They have ownership over their close node, and that is being contested by Frostball into Drazer. So this is just going to be literally Chrono into Chrono. Considering Frostball owns it right now, it's actually in the benefit of Frostball. The blue team will continue to tick at this rate. So we can leave this node for now. I'm pretty sure this is going to remain neutral until somebody comes in for a +1. We can see that there is a Chronomancer and Firebrand into SD Protection Hollow and Firebrand as well. So we see like it's basically a skirmish that's being sustained by 2 Firebrands on each team. Sorry, 1 on each team, 1 team respective. And then you have the power output that's coming from Zan, and then you have the damage output that's coming from the Chronomancer. So now we see that Syndrina's come in and actually +1 into Sapphire. The flanking strike Larsenus landed on the Sapphire. He's been shut down. That's important for the blue team because now they get to punish whoever's on the midpoint, and they can at least encourage them to leave. The Cahill was picked off on the far node as well. Raisin coming in to get the res. Misha might be able to get the interrupt here. I don't know if he has the cleave to keep him on the floor. So we see Chronomancer into the roaming Spellbreaker. And now they've given up on Cahill, and now Raisin is just trying to contest into Misha. So I wonder how this is actually going to go, if Misha will win into Raisin.
Blue team grabbed the
I think we're likely to see Raisin going into Rampage and trying to punish Misha as soon as he knows that the double shield, like the shield 4, is on cooldown. Now that Firebrand is here, now Cookie's here, that is not going to be picked up by Raisin.
like that. Blue team takes
Oh my god. I mean, this is not really how I expected this to go. So, rank 55 have picked up all 3 nodes, and they have complete map ownership. Lefrere in the middle on the chrono is being completely contested by Zan. Zan is going to kill him off node here, I think. Zan doesn't want to jump down because he knows that he has to hang around the mid node. He can't give it up for free. So he's just like, he is poking, but he's not dropping off. He might rotate straight back in. If they get the Firebrand down, that means that they can punish Raisin in the roam. So PvP Messiah is now going to push up into Raisin. Maybe? Never mind, he saw 2 returned. And now they're punishing Lefrere. There's the Sword 2 follow-up. Actually, no, it was Steel follow-up. He still has Sword 2 ticking. So the good thing about Sword Dagger Thief in the power variant is that it does counter the chrono output. So when they're using, you know, the likes of Shield 4 and they're doubling it up, they can just hit through that. Firebrand goes down again. It's quite funny that the Firebrand is the squishiest target in the entire team. I kind of regret not watching the last game now. Maybe a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Guys, like, I bet all of you were in the chat saying, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, alright? And I understand, but, like, let's just move on from it, okay? So, blue team are obviously solidifying their win. Yes, it's an exciting game in the sense that we've seen the Chronomancers get absolutely, like, you know, so far in the dailies. And I guess, like, rank 55 knows something that we don't. Or I'd be intrigued to, like, speak to one of them, maybe. To, like, sort of see what their game plan was going into the Chronos. Like, I might ask Syndra or something if he wants to talk about it and tell me why. Last game was way better than this. I mean, I'm sure it was. Just, come on. I'm sad that they're actually... I mean, I'm not sad because I'm happy that the 3 Chronos aren't really winning it because I hate, like, class stacking like that, but... Yeah, I had high hopes as well. I thought they were going to be, like, absolutely insane, but this is rank 55 proving that they can play around like a mean cheese comp. I got debated here. For sure. I mean, you can see exactly what's happening. It's literally like Misha winning in like 1v1s, Syndra and roaming about like a boss and creating like the +1 advantage for him. Like everything that happens is just like being sustained by like Misha and Frostball respectively, and then they have the rotations. Zan is like, or did have ownership of the mid node, sustained by Cookie. So like mid was never going anywhere. Zan will roam back into the mid and help out Cookie now. Cookie's going to disengage. Cahill is probably going to try and chase him down, try and see if he can finish him. I don't think that the Chronomancer will have enough damage output to actually kill off Cookie. And Cookie's straight back into the middle. TP'd back in, resustained Zan. So they're keeping the midpoint neutral by using the... Wait, is Zan playing Conversion or is he playing Static? So he's actually playing the Static Discharge Protection. So he's taking up the role of like an effective bunker. He's not rotating this game. I was really, really hopeful that we'd see Zan overheat there, but, you know. Damn it. Well, Raisin is the roamer. See, that's what's kind of surprising to me. I don't understand why Cahill, Drazer, and Lefrere are like not on like 3 different nodes, and then seeing Raisin run about with like Sapphire. But then every time Sapphire goes anywhere, Sapphire gets picked off by Syndra. So... I mean, it's like their composition, like on paper, makes sense, but I mean, blue team obviously, like you have to bear in mind, red team are running 3 chronos, blue team are running 2 chronos, so there's still 5 chronos in this game, but blue team have 1 less chrono, so they're matching the chrono output of the red team with chronos of their own, And then the only difference being that the Chronomancer that's in the mid for the red team is being contested by Zan and Cookie. So arguably Zan and Cookie have more sustainability on the back of like CC and heals than Cahill does. And they have nobody that's able to really come in and do anything special. So like, look, you've got Cookie and PvP, Messiah and Zan coming in to poke down Cahill. Sapphire comes in, they go immediately onto Sapphire. Sapphire's got nothing left. See, this is what I mean. Sapphire comes in and is immediately punished by all of them. And then as soon as that firebrand is down, he's eliminated, he's got nothing left. So they're like, okay, well, let's go straight back onto Cahill then. And we'll go back into contesting Cahill. And then they lose everything because like Sapphire can literally do nothing because he's never supported. He's never with anybody that's going to look after him. There's nothing that Cahill can do to actually help him. You know, Sapphire running away was probably the worst thing. They've got nowhere to like use like no port. He can't be around the node and sustain without having like anybody with him. Oh, God, I mean, rank 55, proving dominance. I can't say I'm surprised, but I really had high hopes for a really good final, and I guess it just proves that 3 Chronomancers just... I mean, look at this. Look at this. Just oh my God. Jesus. Okay. Let me see if I can speak to somebody and get, like, somebody from, like, rank 55 maybe to talk about it. Maybe, like, Frosty to talk about it, or, like, Syndrome or something. Hey, man.
Hello.
How did, like...
One moment, I need to just... Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
okay.
actually, no, one moment. I need to actually just completely shut down the bot because people are spamming us attacks.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, now.
Alright, I'm just turning you down a little bit, like, you're pretty loud for me. Like, what was your, like, opinion on the 3 Chronos?
I mean, it's too slow. Like, they can't rotate, and Thief can rotate really easily. Thief just has free reign. Nobody's on the Thief. Like, nobody can chase the Thief. And the Thief just +1s us 2 Chronos on the sides, and then you can be fine at middle with the Firebrand.
Yeah, because
So
Zan
their
was sustained
combo
by
is
Cookie,
bad.
wasn't he? Like in the middle, and then
Yeah.
it was just Syndrome and roaming against. You had a Chrono each like side node, right?
Yeah, basically. And
Yeah,
I
man.
mean, that was the plan, like that.
Hell
Guns
yeah!
at middle, and we're on the sides. Battle plan.
Yeah. So like, did you have like any idea what they were going to run beforehand, or did you just kind of like adapt to it when you saw them load in?
We kind of knew. We saw they're running 3 Mesmers. That we knew.
Yeah.
2 Chronos at least, maybe 3. We thought they might go for 1 Mirage.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, the fact that they were running Warrior with that Warrior just doesn't work with it. So.
I mean, like, Raisin was actually acting as the roamer, wasn't he? He was, like, Demolisher's hammer. He was looking for, like, you know, +1 duels.
I guess so. It's just too low mobility.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I saw
those-
Syndrome deleting Sapphire, like, Sapphire just got completely melted.
Yeah. Yeah, Sin did a good job this one.
Good Sind. Good daddy Sind.
Yeah, indeed. It was actually kind of difficult fighting against Chronos when you have the node and you're trying to hold the full cap. So it's like, you can't use Continuum, you can't use anything, and they can use everything for free and just pressure you as much as
Yeah,
they
because you
want.
can't go off the node. So, like, I guess even if you use, like, phase retreat, like, go off it for a second, you get a decap for a second.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. So it was good that we had Send +1 even when we had full caps and stuff, because I would have lost them eventually. And I did a few times too. Does Angels want to hear as well?
Sorry?
Let's see.
Were you going to put him
I
in?
see Angels. Hey Angels, did you want here or no? I don't know, he was just in voice.
Congratulations on the
Oh.
win.
I got to
It was
turn
a
you down
hard
as
fought
well.
win.
Oh my god.
Thank you, dude.
You're so loud.
Me?
Oh, it was.
Yeah, no, it's because I have, like, I had you on, like, 200% or something. But yeah, like, question is, are you keeping the monthly reward this time?
Oh, yeah, I thought I'd keep it this time.
Hey.
Send
It's
did
actually
it
quite a
this
nice
time,
one.
and-
I haven't seen it
Quite
yet.
nice.
Would you mind, like, coming to the
Yeah.
arena and just showing me? I'm, like, literally at the waypoint.
Okay. Are you in the same overflow though?
I mean, probably not. I can just, like, join your
Yeah,
group
no,
if
we're
you
not.
want. You
Yeah.
know.
There we go.
Wait, George, did you spectate our game? Our semi-final game?
I watched the final, but not the semi-final because the Pharaoh asked me not to.
Wait,
Mm.
really?
I know, yeah, I know.
Really? Like, come on, man.
Dude,
Wait,
come on,
wait,
I know.
What happened?
That actually looks quite cool. That's a nice one. I will explain afterwards, okay? I'll explain afterwards. I got a bit of a backlash.
No, that's not okay.
dude, I tried doing a nice thing, and obviously the final was shite because obviously like rank 55 completely shit all over them. But
Yeah,
I was just trying to
we
be,
had
I was trying to do a nice thing,
we
and it
had
just
a-
kind of backfired a little bit. So
We had a really hype game.
yeah,
Like,
that's what
really
I
hype game.
heard. Apparently, it was like really, really good, and then there's me just being like, "Ah, okay, well, you know, I'm not gonna fucking go and watch that game because I thought, oh, they might have like some special thing they want to do that they're not showing."
Three
And-
chronos.
Yeah,
one
well, I mean,
bug.
I've been
No.
watching 3 chronos for like the entire week with them playing it. Like, there was nothing different in that match that they hadn't already done in the last like fucking 3 matches
No,
that I
man,
watched
you,
them.
you can't listen
Hell yeah.
to people saying no. You just got to spectate.
Yeah, well,
Just
from this
spectate.
point onwards, I'm not doing it. I tried doing a
Yeah.
favor, and like it just didn't fucking pay off. So, whatever, man. Like, I'm not fussed. But yeah, fucking awesome win. Like, I mean, obviously rank 55, showing dominance again. Oh yeah, and you have best of the best. Wait, you had best of the best before though, didn't you? Frosty?
Yeah, but
No,
you
no, I
deleted
deleted
it.
You deleted the title as well.
Yeah.
Oh, this you
deleted
actually
it
kept the
too.
reward this time. That's cool, man. That's cool. WP's asking, does anyone know how NA went?
That's a good
No
point. No
clue.
one streams any.
Wait, nobody streamed. Wait, did WP stream EU?
He didn't. No,
No,
he
he
wasn't
didn't,
streaming
he
it. He
didn't.
sent me like
He
everybody
didn't,
from his
yeah.
stream. Bless him.
Ah.
But that's cool, man. Like, I'm gonna dip out and I'm probably gonna like end the stream. I gotta like finish my giveaway and shit.
All right, yeah. See you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you for the like the little mini interview, dude. I'll catch you
No
in a bit.
problem. Anytime.
Much love.